Hi, we're back. I am sharing a few recipes. This one happens to be from the 1950s, and it is for Irish bread. And I'm going to hold it up so that you can get a really good look at it and leave it there for just a couple of minutes. Irish bread is a real famous bread because it can be made with baking powder and baking soda. It just depends on how old your recipe is. And as you can tell, this one's pretty simple. And a lot of the Irish breads are made with raisin. I mean, the traditional ones. And this is an older recipe. So it's a little more basic than some of your newer ones. It just depends on what you like. And I hope you enjoy this and get a chance to make it. It's really good. So anyway, I'm going to close this book and bring up my next book. I was just using this for the pictures that were in it and to help me hold the recipe. The recipe is not actually from this book. It's just I was holding it with that book to help me stabilize it. Our next recipe is for lemon squares, and this is my recipe. This is nobody else's. This did not come from a cookbook. And as you can see, the step one is 1 cup of butter, half a cup of powdered sugar, 2 cups of flour. Place in a bowl and blend until well mixed. Place in a 9 by 12 pan. Pat down evenly. Let come up about 1/4 of an inch on each side of the pan. Place in a preheated oven at 350 for 20 minutes. Step 2. Beat 2 eggs together. Add 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, 2½ teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of granulated lemon rind. While hot, pour over part 1. Return to oven and cool 20 minutes. Remove from oven and sprinkle with powdered sugar. Cut into squares while still warm. And I usually bake this, in a 350 oven. So I'm going to let you get one more good look at this one. Let me see if I can hold it up. Like I said, I'm holding these in books, so they're a little easier to see and a little bit easier for me to hold. And hopefully you can get all of that. We'll move it down so that you can get a better look. And like I said, it's just a matter of what you're used to doing. And those lemon squares are really good. I've won quite a few competitions with those. And like I said, I'm not promoting any cookbooks or anything. These are just to help me hold the recipes. Okay. And the next one is for the buttermilk pie. And this is another one I make. It doesn't call for near as much butter as most of them. You will need an 8-inch pie shell or a homemade 8-inch pie shell, whichever you prefer, store-bought or homemade. Okay, you work in 1/3 cup of butter until it is softened and creamy. Gradually work in 1 cup of sugar until the mixture is as smooth as possible. Beat in 3 eggs, one at a time, beating hard after each addition. Slowly mix 2/3 cups of buttermilk and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Pour the mixture into the pie shell and bake at 350 for about 30 minutes, more like 40, or until filling is quite firm and lightly browned on top. So I'm going to hold this up again one more time just so that you can get a really good look at what all goes into it and everything, so that way you'll know you need to come back to this video for any reason. Look at that yummy pie. And those are from just different cookbooks, but like I said, I'm not promoting any cookbooks other than cookbooks are a good thing to have, and I usually buy them at garage sales, and I love old cookbooks like this one. And I don't know if you can see that, but this thing was 39 cents when it was new. And this is one of those cake books from Good Housekeeping. And, you know, it's got a bunch of different neat recipes in it. And I like looking at the older cookbooks because they got such different pictures than they do nowadays. Because back then, this was considered elaborate. You know, look at all those little animals. Those are cakes. Those are so neat. And, you know, I guess if you found one of the tin pie things now, or cake pans now, they'd be pretty valuable. They did stuff just so differently. And in these little cookbooks, they have different stuff you can make. And the one thing I like about these older ones is they have things where you can make like cake mixes, what you can and can't do to them and add to them. So those are really neat to see because some of the cake books now don't have a lot of the recipes in them. Like the pineapple cake there, that looks really pretty and really good. But if you enjoyed this video, just leave me a comment. If you have any comments or questions or anything, I'll be happy to answer them. And like I said, the older cookbooks are usually the best, so if you find them at garage sales, pick them up. There's nothing wrong with them. This one's probably seen its better days. I've had this probably a good 20 years now. They have all kinds of tidbits in them, from cake decorations to how to do it. So if you enjoyed this video and you need any help with any of the recipes that I've put in this video, please leave me a comment and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Y'all have a nice evening.